music business anymore because people steal your music, and next thing you know, it's online and all over the place, and they download it for free. And it happened to Mr. Nasty. You know, we were a nobody real band. I mean, we put out Ain't Dead Yet. Next thing you know, there's ringtones for $1, and it's like we didn't get anything out of anything. You know, they just downloaded it and stole it as soon as it was released. It was like crazy,
right? Because I know I was looking around and finding it on like Russian websites and stuff. Download it for $1, sign up here for $3.
Yeah, get your ringtone, and I was like, oh, you really?
I mean, unfortunately, now at least they found ways to go about helping bands out where you can do like a pledge account and, you know, give back to the people and say, all right, I want to sell a CD. At least you're going to get something in return, and it's not just, oh, help fund me make a CD and not get anything. Like Rob Zombie's doing it. I mean, these bands are all having the result in doing.
You got to do it. I mean,
like
it's crazy.
To make money now, giving signed CDs for $30. I mean, I could have bought his CD for $11.99, but I pledged on his pledge music thing, and I paid $30, and I'm going to get a signed CD.
Yeah.
Did he sign it in front of me?
No,
but he signed it, so I know. But it was more of me saying, "Here's $30."
At least you know he's getting it. He's getting the money, you know.
Right.
You know, that's what you. And you know, I got friends that have other bands. You know, even Scott with his band, the Heartless Devils, up in New York. They do like a digital download. They make up a sticker, it looks like a CD cover, and on the back, the piece of paper you peel off to put the sticker on something that you want to put it on has the information, and you
just go
download it, and they charge, you know, $7, $8 for that, for their CDs. And that's going to be an avenue we're going to do too. We're going to do that, and you know, we're going to make physical ones because people do like, you know, people our age still have CD players. I mean, not everybody's MP3s and not everybody's going Bluetooth with everything.
That's
and
about 2 months worth right there.
Yeah, definitely.
I buy CDs to support the band.
I mean, I don't even think they even have CD players in new cars anymore. They're all just plug-in Bluetooth systems, and you know?
I mean, mine came with a CD player because it's fully loaded. But by I think 2020, they're no longer going to put CD players in because the less they sell and they make, the more expensive they are to put in the vehicle. So AM/FM's going away by like 2020, and CD players.
It's just going to be a plug-in personal listening device, which is a downloadable system. So that's why it's a good idea to do the downloads.
They're trying to find a way to monetize your vehicle. So they're going to try to sell you music right through your dashboard.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the way it's all going now. And then you're just going to go in the car and say, what's that guy listening to? And plug it in and buy a song right on your radio.
On your radio, on your car.
Wi-Fi. So that's the way it's all going. I mean, it's good.
Maybe it's good for the guy writing the songs, hopefully. Because, you know, I mean, they'll get the honest purchase of your music through your vehicle, and they'll get, you know, they'll get their royalties out of it and make money.
That's one thing I as of recent, I mean, they fought a lot. See, my show's a podcast, so I'm only responsible for certain licenses because it's for promotional use only. I'm not a station that's monetizing. Any money that's made is not made through a stream. It's made through a click. And I could say I only made $1 since October, but it's different. But a lot of these bands complain about, oh, I'm not getting royalties. Regular radio never really paid for royalties at any station that I've ever been to. And what's happening now is that these bands are complaining about royalties, but then they're going and streaming their whole album for free, and they're not getting paid for it anyway.
Exactly.
So you have to take it for what it is. So either you're going to get promotion of me playing you on the show, or you're going to get your royalties. If you're giving it away for free, what's the difference if I play it on the show?
Exactly.
So it really destroyed a lot of internet radio. That's why I keep it as small as I am, because then I just push it out to affiliates, and then they're already licensed as well, so they're responsible for their portion of it. So it's, you know,
let's in like a long story short, that's why there's $45 concert T-shirts, because
exactly,
they make all the money off merch, and that's why you pay what you pay for a $8 shirt. You're paying $48 for a Motley Crue shirt, or you know, Black Label Society shirts, $50 or whatever, and
then like you said, Black Label $50. Now this guy is playing a concert, and he's lugging equipment and merchandise all over the country, and then he's got to give Live Nation a cut because they're selling his merchandise for him. He's got to give them a cut, or you got to give a venue a cut.
We have to give Rocklahoma 10% of our merch.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. But I understand that because when I had a vending business, it was similar. You paid for your spot, and then you had to give so much.
But they sell it for you, so what? We don't need to bring nobody. We give them the count.
Right.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. You know. And we're just going to undercut everybody. We have a pretty damn cool logo on our shirts, so. If they're selling for $15, we're going to sell them for like $13.99. You know, just like the $1
right.
Cheaper.
They're allowing you to do that because a lot of times you have to price match.
I don't know. So. I have no idea. We'll find out when we get there.
It's crazy because now, like a lot of venues, like
I don't want to sell a $45 T-shirt.
Right? Yeah, you can't. I
feel bad
because there was times I bought on tours and they were like, "Look, our shirts are $25. You can't sell it for cheaper." I'm like, "Well." You're a band that sold 11 million records. I bought onto a tour to play to your fans. Yeah. They're going to buy your shirt for $25 before they pay 10 for mine.
Exactly.
So I don't understand the logic, but I understand everybody, wants to get their hand. Everybody's got to make money. The bars have to stay open. Yeah,
definitely.
Sell your liquor at 25 cents more when you have a band. I don't know. I mean, take it out of the band's hands and, it makes it harder for a band to do what they have to do. He's still on the air. Does he want to talk? Or?
I don't know. I think he's just listening.
You just listening?
I believe so.
Yeah, he's staying quiet.
Huh?
I'm here.
You good?
I'm here. One thing I wanted to add, when you guys were talking about the touring, one thing we have kicked around as an idea, and I think it might be something we would possibly explore after Rocklahoma is, maybe some regional specific or city specific dates. I think that'd be a lot of fun because Raven's got a lot of connections and knows a lot of people up in New York City. And Mike Hatcher, our guitar player, he's got a lot of friends over in L.A. because he used to live there. So
that's definitely something. Like that's definitely something we can get into. It's just the only point I was trying to make was not necessarily staying down south, but like you said, going regional. If we had to go fly to Los Angeles
for a one-off,
we can go L.A., Vegas, and Arizona for the weekend and come back and not gone for 3 months. Track, what I mean? That's it's tough, tough and rough.
Something like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do something like that.
Oh hell yeah!
Get the music out there and have a good time at the same time. That's
what we're doing now, man. We're just pumping out the music on these radio stations, getting it out to everybody. So hopefully somebody else hears it somewhere else. And like I said, once we play Rocklahoma, there'll be enough people there to take notice of the chaos that we bring.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be good for you.
And gonna be like, hell yeah, we want these guys to play here or there, or put them on tour with this band and go here with that band, and we'll have to pick and choose what we want to do. But I think that's gonna be the make and breaking point of the band. Is definitely Rocklahoma is gonna kick us off with a big giant, set off. I think it's gonna just be a big chain effect, chain reaction thing going on.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to hurt. That's for sure.
No, we're a good band. I ain't worried about that. We can go toe to toe to anybody. So
I mean, everybody who's going to listen or is tuned in live now is obviously going to hear the music. I mean, you can hear the quality behind it. But I know he's on the line. I'm just going to mute him off for a second here. So the name 5 Star Hooker. Do you think what's behind the name? And I usually don't try to get in depth about a band, but do you think that it with the name Hooker in it would be a turnoff at all, or is it?
We thought so at first. That we thought it was going to be kind of funny to be that way in the first place, but we got nothing but positive results out of it, and nobody looks at it as that. It's kind of. At first I was like, oh man, nobody's going to let us play this name. But we would just fuck it. Let's rock and roll or,
I see.
Let the music do the talk, It's catchy.
It's just, I wasn't shocked by it because just.
Me?
From talking to you, I mean, in the different bands you've been in, and that fits Strip Club Devil,
I just figured,
5 Star Hooker,
what?
That other Frank. That band, the drag strip
zombie drag strip hookers.
So, I mean,
I just I don't know. I was hanging out. I'm always I hang out at the original Hooters a lot, and too much. And if you're sitting at the outside bar and you look through the window, there's this store. It's called 5 Star Audio. So I was like, all right, 5 star, that's pretty good, So I was thinking of 5 star things and stuff to go with it, and I don't know, I just couldn't come up with anything really good. But I was just figuring there's 5 guys in the band, so 5-star. And then I was talking with Scott from Mr. Nasty, and he's like, you guys should be like 5-star hooker. And I was like, cha-ching, you know?
That's a good one.
And I threw it to the guys, and they all jumped on board with it. I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, hell yeah. And I was like, let's do it, man. You know, what the hell, you know? Let's throw it out there and see what happens. And I only had like one person telling me that they wouldn't use us because of the name, and I was like, well, that's your loss now, because now the band's doing good, and whatever, you know. But it was nothing big. It was just, you know, I can't promote you with that name, and I'm like, whatever, there's worse.
Yeah, you know? You got bands like Anal Cunt and shit like that.
You know, I mean, it's nothing bad. You know, it's not like we're not we don't have prostitutes dancing on stage or nothing anymore. But but it's all good. I mean, it's just a fun concept. We're just a party band with a lot of energy. The songs are catchy. We have a good feel. People like hanging out with us.
If it wasn't marketable, Rocklahoma wouldn't put you on. But if I seen the name 5-Star Hooker, I'd be like, hey man, I'm gonna stay around for these guys. See
definitely. That's what I would say too. You know, but it's just a catchy name. It's people hear it, they don't forget it. Because I hate that when you hear a band's name, especially when it's like 3 syllables, 3 words. You're like, what? That band's name? You know, you try to remember, you know, you get them all mixed up.
Right.
This one you don't. I mean, it's just like 5-Star Hooker. There's no...
It's straight up.
It's straight up in your face.
I mean, there's bands I've dealt with that I love their music, and, you know, 2 weeks pass by, and it's like, you know, you get forgotten because of a name.
A name.
And
that's the biggest thing, too, is having a really good, eligible, readable logo. I see some of these bands that we play with, and they have the way they write their names out, you can't really, now I'm like, all right, what the hell does that say? Or what is it? Or the letters are going up and down or side to side, and there's 4 letters. I'm like, it makes no sense. It's like, you know, the biggest part of your band is your name.
Your brand.
And it's got to be, you got to be able to look at it and know what it says, not have to think about it. Because then they want what? I ain't got the time for that crap.
Right.
I'm just going to go on to the next
death
one.
Metal band.
I'm going to go on to the next one.
It's expected. I mean, but even Suffocation, you can read their logo. It's still death metal. It screams death metal, but that's like the only genre of music where you shouldn't be able to read the logo. But when you have a commercial style band or a band
that's why they call it commercial music, is because you write a 3-minute song and you're marketable. And that's how you have to be. You know, you have to be. I tell the guys in the band all the time. I was taught at a very young age. I started playing bars when I was 14 years old. My mom and dad had to sign a release saying, like a letter. I was allowed to be in the bar. Like a notary had to stamp it and everything. I was allowed to be in the club because I was only 14. You know, and I just remember like I lost my thought, but I just remember like people telling me all the time that the band, every person in the band has to act like the lead singer, and if everybody attacks the stage, that's what makes a show. You know, not standing back. I mean, I could probably play a lot better if I stood there and just hung out.
Right.
But I will stop playing and fix my hair for a photo. You know what I mean? That's just how I was brought up, you know?
I mean, I've done my fair share of live shows, and I could have probably sang a lot better if I would have just stood there or leaned on a stool, but it's not a show, and that's a lot of bands these days don't take that perspective, and that's part of the problem with bands getting, I think, noticed, is they just go up, they don't worry about miking their shit, they don't worry about what they're wearing, they just got done digging graves at the cemetery, and they're just going on stage.
Yeah, there's no, I mean, we don't wear costumes, and we just,
yourself, but you still
you're still like, I mean, there's nothing I wouldn't wear out that I wear on stage. I'd go out just like that. I don't give a crap.
Well,
you know?
You're not going to wear that.
No, I just got home. I wouldn't do this. But definitely not. But going on stage is like, you know, it's a production. It's a, you know, I think of myself as an entertainer more than a bass player, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm going on to entertain you for 45 minutes any way I possibly can.
Right.
You're not going to leave here saying you spent $15, whatever, to see me and you got robbed.
Right.
Definitely not. You know, it's not happening. You know, so that's, you know, and no matter what I got to do to make you laugh or make you have a good time, I'm going to do it, you know?
Right.
So,
yeah, no, I being in Mr. Nasty, I mean, that was one that was one hell of a show. I mean, when you guys played, I mean,
just chaos, you know.
That's what it's about. It's rock and roll.
My mom came